What's going on, Gary?
What's up, Rod?
What's going on? Oh man, who just locked in? Shannon Wise, Matt Ray. Man, first out of the gate.
Yep, I saw. My phone says Shannon and Matt Ray. I take that to mean Shannon was first.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Matt commented first. He says, "What's up, fellas?"
What's up, fellas? What's up, Gary? Did you have a good day?
Yeah.
Right on.
Man.
Got a lot of stuff done.
A little rainy and wet and nice and cool. Door open. I had to go dig a sweatshirt out of the closet because the early afternoon cloud cover was chilly.
Yeah.
It was warm up here. Back there by the door where I was messing with my hatch and my window.
Right.
It was chilly. So
did you are you participating in the daylight savings time over there on the west side?
Yeah, I guess. I think it just happens. I think I think we took the clock the wrong way. we need more sunlight and daylight in the evening than squashing it.
You lose an hour, but you gain an hour, or I don't know. But,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nick Weaver.
That's all we know. Man, look at all these comments coming in. Golly.
Nick Weavers, what's up, fellas? Jim Lauer. Troy, hey, Troy. Jim Robinson. It's the Sunday night boys, as the wife calls them.
Hell yeah. Good seeing you.
Hello, and Debbie.
Is that Nick? I got a cool Malibu Weavers.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's
Brian is on the YouTube side.
Yeah.
Nick says 12 p.m. felt like 3. That's right.
That's exactly right.
Now it's like we're going to go to work in the dark and almost come home in the dark.
That's it. For about
crazy
150 days or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool.
He says, yeah, would you look at it?
Let's look at it.
Look at it, Larry. He's like, would you look at it? Would you look at that clock?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the weather good at your place? You get some rain?
Got some rain. Not too bad. It was still in the mid-60s. A little bit of wind came in. Had the garage open for a little while, just working on the car and watching some football and hanging out with, just doing that. Just, it was a good Sunday. Getting ready for Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Yeah. Hey, Larry Hunt. Larry Hunt's watching. What's up, Larry? I started doing some pre-packing in my brain for the weekend, the short work week coming up,
Oh, 3 days. 3 days. Yeah.
Marvin Jenkins. Hey, Marvin. Yep. Short work week and finish off your racing season here real shortly.
Absolutely. One more and we're done.
One more. Matt Ray says 5 inches of rain over here. Is that around Hutch? Where you at, Matt? Is you around the Hutch area? Am I thinking right?
Wow.
I'm not sure where Matt is at.
Yeah, we definitely need all the rain we can get. The moisture.
Darren Kesey says we had tornado sirens going off from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. in the Oklahoma City metro area. No sleep. Holy cow. Woo.
Crazy.
Matt's in the Tawanda area.
East side. Over there.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I seen some tornado stuff on the Facebook.
Yeah. Same.
In the Oklahoma City area. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Nick says he heard Oklahoma got hit. Yeah. We've seen some stuff. So Daniel Anders watching, Dustin Norton, Sean Lopez, Royce Payton.
Getting some people on tonight. They know the Ozark 275 limited champs in the house. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah. The old baby race going to the finals.
Yeah, we got Brian Schneider coming up after a bit.
Very cool.
Brian Babyface, as he's called.
Yep. What was that? What was his last name? Schindler?
At Flying H, Schindler.
Yeah. Schindler. Yeah, there it is. Where's Brian Schindler? There it is. Weaver's nose.
Well, I was also notified. Oh shit!
Man down! Man down! You should have seen your face with that cuss. if I could have screenshot, I am going back and I'm gonna screenshot your face after this for next week, man.
Hey,
oh,
yeah. Yeah,
oh,
you know what that worried look was for? Was my laptop is right there. I don't care where else it goes.
Man, on the floor to get on your belly?
Huh?
They get on you?
Just a few dribbles on my pants.
Oh, not too bad. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that is funny.
It's contained pretty well. Just a little bit came out of the thing.
Yeah.
Woo!
Is that one of your Stanleys?
No, it's just an Arctic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Arctic cup.
Oh, dude.
Had the lid not been off, I'd have been wearing it.
Dude, were you reaching for some paper or something?
Yes. Because I made a note of this of Brian.
Yeah.
Let me find it. Okay. Nick Weavers said they also call him shit nerd.
Shit nerd.
Shit nerd.
Brian Shit nerd.
That's not fair to bring that up when Brian's not here.
That's not. We'll have to ask him about it later. How many aliases he has?
He must have the same kind of friends we got.
Oh my goodness, sounds like. Sounds like. Holy cow. That's awesome.
Oh, here it is right here.
Yeah.
His other name is Brian Shit Nerd. Write that in your notes. I did. Nick, I told you I would, and I did.
Yeah, I wrote down. He locked it in. Oh my goodness.
I almost sacrificed my drink looking for it.
That's awesome. Man.
Larry Hunt says predicted big tornado outbreak for Southwest Missouri tomorrow. Ooh.
I've seen that.
Wow.
You guys are
yeah, we're all good.
Like April or May. I don't know what's going on,
That's crazy. This November tornadoes. Gee whiz.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need the rain.
And BY's watching a little earlier too. Saw Dallas Joshua Dealey watching.
Yep. Lots of people watching. Mike McDaniel, Doug Perry.
Heck yeah.
Right on. Yep. Hey, I want to do something a little different this time. We got.
Don't spill anything.
No, I won't touch nothing. I want to do this. Try to make it a habit of doing this more often. Is giving our partners a shout out.
Hell yeah, lock it in. Let's go.
Yep. Let's give these guys that helps make this possible for us to do this. Our partners in 2024: Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Sandlin Iron and Metal Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. Thank you to those great partners. Yeah. We have 2024.
Heck yeah. And it's been a great year doing this, Gary. And I know you're running through some analytics for us, because I know in November we kind of hit our marketing partners back up and just try to get a few more, and we'll just keep this going. Our StreamYard donation went up. So we got
it almost I found out they got bought out by another company, and the piece of service, the plan that we're using, almost doubled in cost.
Right on.
So
right on.
We'll work through that.
Figure it out for sure.
Yep.
It was a fast year though, for real.
And it was, hey, and I'll mark this on my calendar because I was curious. November 14th is a week from this Thursday. It's the following week, November 14th. The 7th will be in Texas. But the 14th is our 1-year birthday of our YouTube channel.
There you go. 1 year.
1 year.
Birthday to us. That's awesome.
Happy birthday to our YouTube channel.
Well, it's been good. It's been fast, and we'll just keep it going. We're having fun, and I think it's serving a purpose, just being a platform for the Midwest. Do some heads up.
Yeah. Yep. They'll do some fun talking and a little bench racing and shit talking, and just have a good time.
Heck yeah.
Larry Hunt says, bringing Trump in, riding the storm.
Oh, yeah. Not the tornado. Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if
you haven't voted yet, you got to go out and vote.
If you haven't done it yet, get out and do it. I did it the first day we could do it early around here.
Yeah. I seen a meme that says vote early and vote often. I didn't know what that meant, but
I don't think that's for us. Vote often.
Interesting, right?
Read between the lines there, right? Tim Webb is watching. Hey, Tim, you got your car ready to go to Texas? Let's go.
Let's go.
Tim Webb.
See Brandon Ash watching too. I think he was at the wedding last night.
He was. We saw a bunch of folks last night. Bunch of fine dressed men last night.
Fine dressed men.
Real fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. What's that?
That was a good time.
It was. Alicia Snyder Rodriguez says we'll be watching the results on one screen and the new hurricane popping up on the other. Man.
Yeah, right.
No, wow, yeah. Well, I think I got a plan. I know where I'll be. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool.
We got it figured out.
Do a little hard this week?
I did. I've been working on my back window. I had to scrape off the old glue and clean it up. I took some old stickers off, and I realized what that does. Not only does it, if it leaves the glue, that's an issue. If the whole sticker and glue comes off, it also pulls the coating off of the window. I discovered that today.
Oh, dang.
So I was like, man,
come on.
I don't really want to buy a new window, so I'm going to finish installing this one. And, well, I'm not going to install it. I'm going to get it ready to install because it's going to go to paint here in a couple weeks.
Okay.
So I'm just getting the holes drilled, getting everything ready. And that's when I noticed, because I had some green painter's tape. Note to audience, green painter's tape on the optic armor will peel the covering off of the optic armor. So,
ooh, that don't sound good.
It does. So don't do that.
Yeah.
So I think
tip of the week right there.
Tip of the week. I mean, I'm not a body guy. I don't know what to use and what not to use. So it didn't hurt my feelings any. I'm going to use this. The car is going to look okay. It's not going to look amazing, but if it ever gets a color change, then I'll change that window. But
yeah. Hey, as long as you're at the track racing, that's all that matters.
I don't think too many people's going to stand at the back of the car at the hatch and hey, and
look, hey, look at that. Let's get it out. Nope.
If it runs good, people can't look at that, right?
Yeah, right. Heck yeah. Good.
I was, Royce Payton says blue tape. And when I was peeling this green stuff off, this green stuff is really good. And I've got the blue stuff. The blue isn't as strong. And I thought, man, I wonder if the blue stuff, it's too late. But
yeah, blue stuff was the ticket, it sounds like.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, cool.
It's too late now. So. I've got some, and I thought, man, the blue stuff maybe isn't as strong. Maybe it wouldn't have pulled the coating off, the covering, whatever. I don't know what it's called, but
yeah,
I'm not going to sweat it.
Yeah,
it's a big deal. Russell Foreman says Betty White is ready for Texas. Hello, guys. Cool, yes, Russell. We're going to be there Thursday, early to mid afternoon, I would guess.
Yeah, Russell, what's your parking stall? What number are you?
Yeah, what number are you?
We'll have to figure that out later. We'll hook message and let you know where we're at.
Larry says Betty White headed south with fresh soldiers carrying 6 guns blazing.
Oh, heck yeah. Whoop. Yep. Heck yeah. That's awesome. What class you plan on running, Russell? I'm assuming LDR or maybe the no time. It's hard to say. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, man, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Temperature will be good.
We found out Chopper's going. We found out Tim Webb's going.
Tim.
So
Troy's going to come hang out with us.
Yep. Troy's going to come hang.
Yep. Be the last time.
Yeah.
2024 track. So
2024.
Yep.
We turn the page.
Yep. Dave Music watching. Hey, Dave.
Right on.
You ready to roll into some?
Yeah. You got some photos? Heck
I do. We got some stuff. What we did a fun thing last night, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. That was a blast, man.
Man, look at this. We celebrated Mr. and Mrs. Marsolf's wedding, their ceremony.
Yes. Yeah, that was a good time. A lot of good I don't know. Just if I could ask the question, they can get married every week and we can just go and hang out every Saturday or Sunday, do something like that. It was just such a blast, and see that and be able to hang out. That was a good time.
Yep. a bunch of the guys we see at the racetrack, except they was dressed a lot different last night.
Yeah, they didn't have their motor shirts on, did they? They were all yeah.
Drew looked sharp. He was all cleaned up and buttoned up.
Man.
Woo, man.
Little best man speech going, and heck yeah. When someone starts a speech and they start with, "Hey everyone, I was told I have to keep this professional." When you start with that, then it's going to be a good time. So,
I would also like to hear the X-rated version. Let's say R-rated, not
R-rated. R-rated. Well, didn't you have an over or under on F-bombs? I thought you and Brian were trying to do an over-under on F-bombs. And
I don't know where Brian ended up on that.
Yeah, I don't either, but I remember you guys talking about it. So that's pretty funny. But a good time, and great atmosphere, great food, of course, partying, dancing, drinking, celebrating.
Yep.
So
the whole ceremony thing was really cool. How the ceremony went together, and the whole thing was really cool.
Yeah.
Little shoot from spark fountains, made some cool pictures, and it was really neat. Yeah.
No, it was.
Good drinks, good food, and snacks.
Mm-hmm. Dinner, desserts, dancing, alcohol, everything you can ask for. The only thing was a practice tree there. You know what I mean?
All right. So, it was a good time, and congrats to them.
Congratulations. Awesome. Great people.
Yep. You got anything else on that?
No, that's it. So, well, I do have one more thing. I decided something on this, and you can let me know, Gary, and I'll let you know as well. But two things are going to happen. Either luxury lawn care invoices are going to go back down because the wedding's over, or they're going to increase by 10% because the wedding invoices are going to start coming in. So either one thing, two.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
That had to be a hell of a ticket, for last night. So it was a good time. But yeah, I got that figured out. We'll have to see how that plays out.
That's funny. I get it. Yeah. You might be giving.
Our whole table was talking about that. I was like, well, I had 3 guys over at my yard last week. Oh, Jason Dodd was talking, a couple others. Yeah, over here. So I think you said you paid an invoice, so we all know where it's going. So that's all right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I had an invoice I had forgotten about since the 1st of October. I was like, I might better pay this.
Yeah.
They might not let me in the door.
They might not let you in the door, Pat. You now you got your money. Okay.
Unpaid. You need to wait outside. You can just go out in the street and just look through the window.
You got a bimbo to get in.
Look through the window.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. Fun to get out with the friends and the wives and
yeah.
Another really cool acquaintance got married this weekend.
Day. Yep.
Mr. Devin Vanderhoof and his wife
Laura.
Now Laura.
Yeah.
And this was at the Virgin Islands?
Yeah, St. John, Virgin Islands. They ran off and got this done, and I saw them talking through it and planning it and that sort of thing. And so they made that happen. So congratulations to them as well. It's like it's in the air. Here we go. 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm here to tell you too, a couple things in common. Both of these guys run Holly. So let's just talk about that for a second. And then,
right.
Both of these guys have white cars. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But and both of them are fast. I mean, you can add that up how you want, but that's just lock it in. So,
you got a good point. You make a good point.
Just all I'm doing is dropping the facts, dropping knowledge. That's all. Right? Make anything up.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you do call HCR Innovations to get the best deal on parts, you're likely to get Laura on the phone, or if you text them, you're going to be communicating with her. She's super awesome. Devin is super cool. We are absolutely going to get Devin here with us sometime.
Yeah, Devin's already told us to call him. Like, we're the ones not reaching out. He's 2 or 3 different times. that we've reached out to him, and anytime.
The scene has to be, right. Like the time has to be right. We're pretty good on our time. But he's a pretty busy fella. He's got the street and eat deal, and obviously a wedding, and
and he's putting his car back together. He's going to be in his car is going to be in the Holly booth at PRI, and so it ain't like he ain't got nothing to do,
right. Hang out with a couple of clowns like us, right? But I believe when it happens, it's going to be a really awesome show. He's done a bunch of these podcast shows, and he's full of awesome information, and it'll be a great show. Yeah, I have no doubt.
Absolutely. Cool. Great picture.
Yep. Congrats to them guys, Mr. and Mrs. Vanderhoof. Another thing, we had a birthday today. Well, Facebook said so. It's on the internet. It's true.
I've seen that.
Happy birthday to Devin Brown.
Heck yeah.
Maybe he's old enough.
We'll have to hit him up. He might be out celebrating or something. You know what I mean?
Is he old enough to drink now? Maybe. I don't know.
He might be. Yeah. He might be. Yeah.
Yep. And he's just a couple months out from being a dad too.
I know. It's coming around the corner.
January, I think.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yep. So happy birthday, Devin. I don't know if I can just make up how
he's never been at 22, right. Never been, just barely sees over the steering wheel,
Yeah.
Oh, look at Jim. Oh, yeah.
You mean white car, dirty wheels?
For real in Texas, we got to go faster than I've been before, so we can get that whole. He went as fastest with the black wheels.
Oh, you're right.
We got to get that out.
Yeah. Because Tim will beat you up all winter about that.
Oh, I know.
And all day at Texas until you do it.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to be right there pitted next to him. So, oh, my goodness.
So last going with that, how fast did you go in Texas last year?
44.
Oh, this would be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to cover that and also go the 38 or 39.
Yeah. 38 or faster.
Right. Yeah. I think we look pretty good with that.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I'm
okay.
For it. Thursday morning rolling out.
Yep.
You think is Russell Foreman rolling out Thursday as well? I'm assuming.
Yeah, Russell, when you heading out? And I think parking spots. I used to have the parking spot map. I got it on my phone. Here's 2 comments here. Troy says, what doors are going to be on it?
Yeah, it'll be limited trim for me.
Yeah.
I got the doors right here. I mean, I could point the camera at them. They're the good doors are right there, but I'm gonna keep it limited trim.
You throw that Waffle House magnet on it.
Right. That's right. Yeah. I like what Matt Ray said. Heck yeah, we'll
Jim putting light doors back on. No, Jim, it's going with the 700-pound doors.
700 pounds. Yeah.
Matt says Rod's 109 and PB. I think that's doable.
Heck yeah.
You haven't been in O yet, right?
No. Been in 2 110s, 2 different tracks.
Man. Woo. It's time.
It is.
It's time to do it. You just got a few days left.
Yeah.
All right. Halloween.
Happy birthday, Devin.
Yeah, happy birthday, Devin. Happy, 18, 19, how old you are.
He's ever been 22, 23.
Yep. Here's your dog.
That's right. Yeah, we had to throw this on here. So that's Ginger, she was a pumpkin for Halloween there. So that's
Did she go trick-or-treating?
Oh yeah, she went trick. She hands out the candy too. I am not joking, everyone. I don't know if everybody gets a lot of trick-or-treaters or something. We had about 500 come to.
Holy cow!
We just sat there in the driveway, and we got a little, chairs and stuff set up so they don't have to come through. But I bought just over 1,000 pieces, and we got a little bit left. But I was doing the 2-handed thing too, and they'll be points where it's just a line of 30 kids at times, like, trick or treat, and so they love to pet Ginger. We got her in her little pumpkin outfit there, and it's a good time. Our neighborhood pulls it in there, I have to admit. Now, I lived at a place, back my other house. I lived there 11 years and get one trick or treater, just where out of town and all that stuff. But yeah, there's people that come into this neighborhood, don't even live in the neighborhood, but they roll in. They know they're going to get the good stuff. So
we didn't have many here.
Yeah, I got the big screen in the garage playing Hocus Pocus for the kids, and our little community does a little Halloween decorating contest with their houses and stuff. There's a house 2 down from me that he's into the scary clown stuff. And he's got a maze, and it's a thing. People ride around in golf carts, and it's a thing. So, so we got to get set up.
That'd be pretty nice to be able to drive around your HOA in a golf cart.
Oh yeah, you might know about that. I think you're connected there. I think I've seen that little golf cart behind you rolling around.
Well, it has to be HOA business.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah. I need to have her step that up.
Yeah. Well, if she's using that golf cart, it's like Goose said, you rent that thing out, and you maybe get some new wheels, some new tires, HOA pay for it,
Well, I told her if she gets that rule changed, I'd buy her a nicer golf cart.
Well, there was actually one for sale. We were at Kansas City, and there was a guy that sat in a golf cart in our pit for about an hour and a half. And it was just sitting there, and I thought you bought it. I didn't know what was going on because it was right by you in the chair. And so I just thought that was your golf cart. I didn't know.
You know what?
And then about an hour and a half later, this guy comes by and he's like, "Oh, this is where I left this thing. I must be getting old." He's got to be everybody to 17, And so it's like that was there goes old baby face. Like, all right, we'll see you later. I guess that's not Gary's golf cart after all.
I don't think I would have had to pay for that. I think I could have just loaded it up and made it disappear, and he'd still be looking for his golf cart.
Yeah, he thought his buddy took off with it. Yeah, he's on the third floor. He's on the third section. It's way over there. Ran out of gas. It's way over there.
He'd still be mad at his buddies. He'd be thinking they'd lying to him. We didn't take it, bro. We didn't take it. Oh, look, Gary's nice new golf cart.
Yeah, man. There it is, Hell, he won it in a raffle.
Troy says technically the HOA can't limit that as it's city streets, but it is slightly illegal in Wichita currently. I don't know. Well, come on, Troy.
I think Troy roll into the liquor store once or twice at his golf cart, and that's a couple miles away. You know what I mean? I might have heard a story or two about that,
Yeah, I've been on that, I think.
We got a witness. Eyewitness.
I didn't get crashed though.
Oh no. Woo.
That's Troy's story.
Troy lost 6 minutes of his life one night. Cool.
Well, Ginger looking good.
Yeah, cool.
Sue Ann Surface watching. Adam Phillips. Hey, Adam, got him a deer I seen on Facebook.
Hey, little Bo. Heck yeah.
Hey, for real.
The Shoats, right? Went deer hunting. For real.
Yeah. Yep. With a youth group.
Mm-hmm.
Like totally for real. I wish I knew how to deer hunt because I love deer sticks, deer jerky, or not jerky, but deer sticks and like deer sausage, deer logs. Whew, man. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a deer hunter, so I'm out. But I really like the deer sticks.
Heck yeah.
They're delicious.
Cool.
Troy says that would be the slightly.
He's confessing.
Yeah. Maybe when I retire, I will learn how to deer hunt. I don't know.
Okay.
But man, I love the deer stick. I love the deer sticks. Woo. Yeah. Okay, we took a little road trip this week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Where did we end up at?
Advanced Engine and Machine. So Mark Brown, he does our engines. Gary grew up in Salina area, so Gary's known Mark just about as long as I've known Marty Chance. And so, I'm the new guy here and trying to get in, but I've been using Mark myself since 2014. And so for about 9-10 years now, I think it's been about 4 motors. And so what I'm doing here is you might have saw a few weeks back where we got the rod at for limited at MAD. And so I got, 4 or 5 companies that help me, marketing partners, sponsors, if you will. And so we're doing a little road trip with the rod, and I'm going to hit each stop, give them a little picture of the winner circle, and then take a picture with them. And then I'm going to make a reel when I'm done. So I still got to hit a couple more, and then you'll see that out there. But this is what this was Wednesday night. And we went there to see Mark and Stefan and stuff. And this is actually right as they were closing down. So they got to visit with us. We were there for about an hour. And the cool thing, too, is we got to see some engine parts. Gary brought my intake that he finished up, and we let Mark have that. And then you can talk about your deal if you want. I don't want to say anything that you don't want to be said there. But on my side, he's got my parts coming, and we got a bill going together for 2025, and he showed me the cylinder heads and just kind of told me where we're at in the build. And then Gary.
Yeah. And this picture here was from Stefan's phone. And there's another one I took on the other side of this little parts counter, little parts display deal. I'm on the other side. But Stefan took this photo, and he made a Facebook post here. It says, Rodney Dowell and Gary paid us a visit last evening to drop off some parts and do a photo in the showroom with Rodney's badass trophy. I don't have Gary in a photo here. I'm on the other side of the rack. But just have to say, both of those guys are fantastic to do business with, in addition to being extremely smart and talented. You're the smart part.
You're the talented, dude.
Okay, we'll go with that. Fantastic to do business with, in addition to being extremely smart and talented builders / drivers. We love being a part of their racing programs and seeing what they accomplish. So thanks for the shout out, Advanced Engine. Really cool picture and a great Facebook post.
Yeah.
Well,
great people, family to do business with. I mean, he's been doing it for 30 plus years there. It's a little shop in Salina. I mean, we drive an hour and a half north, and it's worth every bit of it. During the week, we'll roll up there, get out of work and take the trip up there, and he's about closing up. So it works out real perfect. We stay a little late after they close and then roll home. It's definitely worth that night of doing that,
Yeah. But, and this photo was from my side of there's a rack of parts between us here. And this was from the phone here. And with Mark being such a good friend, and I've known him since the early 90s, I always think when Mark is done being an engine guy, I'm probably done too. I mean, I don't know. I think there needs to be another thought after that, but that's the easiest to think is like, when he's done, I'm done. I don't know. That'll be pretty devastating.
Yeah,
he's such a good dude, and just, man, I love the crap out of that guy.
Well, and he's real, he's meticulous, he's sharp, but he's organized, and that's what I like about him. I like just being organized. I've been through some engine shops, and you go to pick your stuff up, and he's got a box over here and a box over there, and you got to make your way through a maze just to get to anything. And he's so organized and know exactly where everything's at. Now you look and you're like, man, there's a lot of stuff here, but exactly where everything's at, and it's very detailed. So that's what I like about him.
Yeah, and I blew this picture up a little bit. It shows a good photo of your rod trophy there, and that the picture that we took at the winner's circle at Mid America Dragway, and your Pro Mod head on the left and my stock Corvette head on the right. So, am I right?
I don't know. I mean, I think Mark said they're pretty much identical. And so.
We took the calipers out and measured them valves, and he goes, "Well, your valve's bigger than mine." I was like, well, your ports are bigger. I don't know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was a good time horsing around.
Yeah, good time.
And I made a comment about the camshaft. I said, Mark, because when I called Mark and told him about this limit, we got to dump the big block, build this thing for this limited class, and his first question was, "Are you going to drive it on the street?" Well, of course I'm going to drive it on the street. He just had to get the feel for it. And he's like, okay, well, that makes a difference in, the camshaft profile. You don't want it to eat the valve train. And we've been through this for 3 engines now. So when, and that was in June or July. So this night when we was up there, I said, hey, Mark, when we talked about the camshaft, and he's like, he does not forget anything. He's like, yeah, I remember. I said, you asked me about if I was a street drive it, and I said, yeah. I said, let's make it a little more racy than less racy. I said, but don't tell Rodney.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and I'm gonna stick to that story too. This is what I saw. I saw Gary looking at my cylinder head, Gary looking at his cylinder head, and he's like, hey, Mark, we were talking about being a little bit more streety on that camshaft. Let's make it a little bit more racy.
We need to move the needle to the racy side, and if there's issues on the streety side, I'll deal with it.
That was so funny. Oh, that was so funny. I was rolling. I see Cameron Marshoff watching. Same as Spaniac. Mrs. Harper.
Cameron, man, Cameron, we had a great time last night. Thank you so much for the fun ceremony you put together. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Justin Martin, Mr. Justin Martin, super fast badass Nova.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be in Texas. Justin, you mean Texas?
Oh,
Gary,
cool.
Hey, Gary Spaniak, are you going to go to Texas?
Heck yeah, come on.
Danny,
3/4 inch race cam. That's exactly right.
Mrs. Harper and Devon Smallwood. Tim Alt, 3/4 race cam. Yes. Oh, Justin says he will be there. Cool. Super cool. I love that Nova.
Great time. Oh, Spaniac's out.
Cameron says, thank you guys for coming. Man, Cameron, we wouldn't miss it. It was a great time. This is about the deer sticks. Matt races. Now we all know how to pay Gary for some welding.
Oh yeah, that's it. What do you think about that? Is like, 10 deer sticks, 1 hour of welding, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hey, I have been paid. I've been paid in bacon. Justin Schaefer paid me in a package of bacon to weld some stuff. It's been a long time ago. He brought a package of bacon, so
there you go.
Bacon and or deer sticks works.
Oh, there you go.
Very well.
Cool.
Yep. I just wanted to give a shout out to Advanced Engine and you got he has a cool picture of your car to hang on. Hopefully not on top of mine.
There's a joke behind that picture too. We got that for his office because Gary's got one in there. Last time I was in there, I looked and I'm like, shit, Gary's got a picture in here. Damn, And so I told myself, I'm going to get a picture. So the joke was whoever was, what was it, the fastest or the something was going to be on top. What did he say?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Of course, he's got Farm Truck everywhere in there because Farm Truck and Asia use him. But
Farm Truck and Brad Waddle from Innovators West. Yeah. Mountain Motor Pro Stock. Yeah.
What's up, Nick Roberts?
Nick. Hey, Nick. What's up, Nick?
Yeah. So it was cool seeing him, and it's exciting to see your stuff too, and seeing it come together. So it'll be cool. We'll get through this last race.
And a little progress on mine. So he has a cylinder head. He has one. I have the other. My car is going to the paint shop, I think, in about 2 weeks to get the nose, hood, and hatch painted. And Brad needs to fit the hood too because I don't want to do it. So anyway, it's going to be red. It's going to be all cleaned up. So I've got a cylinder head. Mark has a cylinder head. Mark is going to get the rocker arms ordered from T&D. He's going to make a mold of the chamber for pistons, get pistons on the way. So and the block is almost ready. The block should be anytime. So it's just a parts waiting game. It really stinks, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
So, what do? You just got to wait for stuff. So, but things are rolling. This has been in a process since June-ish. So, it seemed like a forever long time ago, but it's coming down.
It'll be here before you know it.
We'll start seeing parts.
Oh yeah. Well, just like this stuff that showed up at your house last week. You got the heads, you got the valves, intakes, valve covers. I mean, it's all starting to come in.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be cool. and next thing you know, it's going to be spring.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come
fast. About 150 days.
Yeah. Yep. Well, let's move on to next week. Bam.
Right. Bam.
We've put this up before, but it's here now. It's time to go.
Yep.
Texas Radio Roundup, Michael Hollis and Barrett Green. They put this deal on every year. I'm not sure how many they've done now. Is there a number? I don't see it, but that's where we're going Thursday morning. We're heading south.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
So we know Foreman's going. We know Justin Martin's going. We know Tim Webb, Chopper is going. I mean, just from around here. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be a great event. Track will be great. Weather's going to be great. End of the year type deal. Go run a personal best. Maybe get lucky and bring some money home. Yeah.
Yep. There's a bunch of classes. And I think Russell chimed in here.
Did he have too many kids or something for LDR? What was his deal?
You asked him what class. He can't run LDR, so I'm going to run no time or something. So, yeah.
I think once you get past 8 kits is what it is.
8 kits.
9. It's like White and the 7 door. It's just like Marshoff's deal. You know what I mean? He's got 8 kits as well. And once you get past that, then you got to go to the other class. So
that's a lot of kits.
Absolutely. And I'm sure
that's a lot of soldiers.
That's a lot of soldiers, right?
A lot of soldiers doing work.
Oh my goodness. And of course, Justin will be in LDR. I'm assuming that. So it'll be a good time.
They got a class for about everything you need. So
they even got power wheels. Bring your power wheels.
And that winner, the winner of $1,000, that's going to be higher than that. We've seen it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. That's a great track, great facility.
A great atmosphere. It's good. Lots of money being passed around on the starting line. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yep, we're gonna be there Thursday. They have testing. Gates open at noon. Testing 6 to midnight. Spectators are free. Friday, another testing, and then qualifying starts. Gates open at 11. Spectator gates at 4. Testing and Q1, all that stuff. You can hit their flyer and check it out.
Yeah.
So it'd be a good time.
Yeah. I need to reach out to Derek Kelly again too to see if he's rolling in. I met him yesterday at Cameron's wedding, but just didn't do it today yet.
Right. Well, that's where we're heading Thursday morning. We're heading south.
Sounds good. Lock it in.
Flying H had a no prep event this weekend. We was up there racing last week, and this weekend they had a no prep. And let's give a shout out to our buddy Joe Thomas and his dad, Joseph Thomas, and his dad Joe Thomas. Joe wins with his Malibu wagon, True Street. He's the True Street winner.
Right on.
Congrats to them. And Joseph had to race. You remember the really nice red Chevelle that came here in May to the no prep?
Yes.
He had Kyle. Yep, the dude's name is Kyle, I think.
I
don't remember. Kyle Wayne, I believe. Well, he had to race that car and just didn't quite get it. But his dad wins True Street. So congrats to Mr. Joe Thomas and Joseph and all the crew with him.
Heck yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. And I think that check was 2,000 something, 2,700, something like that. And Joey Heichel wins small tire.
Right on.
Yep.
He's
up there testing
again.
Yeah. He was up there testing last week. Matt says that was a clean car. You talking about the wagon?
I think it's talking about the Chevelle you're talking, the red
Chevelle. Oh, the Chevelle. Oh, yeah. Holy cow, dude. That was a really nice car.
Yeah. Kyle Wayne.
Nick says Kyle Wayne is a bad dude. He's got a super cool car.
Yeah. He may be back next week. Mad,
Well, I got that right here. Next weekend, it's here. Saturday, November 9th, the Midwest No Prep Series. They have small tire, big tire, True Street, daily driver, tailgate, index classes. They have 750, 650, and 580. Go to their event page or the website at Mid-America Dragway. You'll find info there. That's next week. We'd be there to hang out and support, but we're going to be in Texas. So Friday night they have no prep, test and tune, plus a 5:30 Little Gangster benefit race for Dallas. He crashed his car last week. Friday night, gates open at 5. Testing starts at 6. Tech cards are $40. Fundraiser is $100 buy-in. Blah,
Nice.
blah, blah. Spectators are $15. So go check that out.
Heck yeah. That's going to be great. Sorry to see this little accident that happened, but it's nice to see the community come together, and little fundraiser event for Dallas. And
that's what the racing community does. They bond together and help each other out.
Yeah, and this little gangster thing just going to do nothing but take off. You call it little gangster, little Titans, whatever. That 530 index deal, that's just all it's about.
Yeah, Nick says a 5:30 Little Gangsters Friday.
Yeah, that's the flyer right there you got.
Yep. So go
support
go
it.
Check that out. Go, man.
Yeah. Go buy all the hot dogs and corn dogs and fries and clean that concession stand out.
Yeah, somebody needs to push this stuff harder to get. It's like the event gets slid on the table and then it's just supposed to be seen. I don't know. I don't know. Like there needs to be more voice on these events. Like somebody going on Facebook.
What's Larry Hunt saying?
Larry says, little Titans, stay tuned.
Nice.
So we will stay tuned, Larry. We'd like to hear about that.
Heck yeah.
Nick says we need that here in Missouri. Like the 5:30 Little Gangster stuff, maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Oh, and Nick posted this. This is a picture of the rings that'll be given away for the champions of the classes, the winners.
Yeah,
so that's really cool.
Nice job. That'll be fun.
Yeah, Nick says yep on the 5:30 Little Gangster.
All right.
Heck yeah. And look at this. Junkyard Stewed.
Woo-woo.
He says, this weekend we will be at MAD. All of my local peoples that want to see the Stewed in small tire action be there.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Oh, man. Come on out and show your support so they can keep this No Prep alive and going next year. Also, it's Chad's birthday Sunday. Okay, cool.
Go.
Which means they're going to party Saturday night. So this is the Studebaker on 28-10-5s, right?
Yeah, that's the way I understand it. If he's got small tire.
Man.
Yeah.
I wish we was going to be there to see that.
No kidding. Awesome.
I think they've got that machine pretty fast on the little tiny tires.
Yeah. Nice.
Nick says, I might try to whisper it into Blake's ear.
Yeah. Well, when you're whispering, Nick, tell him to line up with everybody else with like limited and all the other classes that's trying to get together with Ozark and Mad and the Titans. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, Nick says he's fast on smalls.
He is, man. That's awesome.
He really is. All right, we're almost ready for Brian.
Brian, Babyface. I see him.
Babyface. He's down there. He's waiting. A little racetrack news. I seen this. This is October 30th, a couple of days ago. Vandermeer Speedway has a new Colorado location picked. Here's where it is. So we keep seeing tracks that close. Well, this is obviously one that it went through what it had to go through and close and whatever, but it's going to get, they have said they're going to find a place and build a new track, the Vandermeers. So this deal I found said Hudson, Colorado is Weld County and is home to about 1,600 residents. The town is right off of I-76 and Highway 52, about 30 miles northeast of Denver. Rumors are that the new site is 1,100 acres, more than 7 times larger than their previous location. The facility will include a mile-long track and various amenities, including a go-kart track. The hope is to open the new facility partially by 2025, with complete operation set for 2026.
Man,
that is really cool news.
That's great news. Stay tuned for that. That's great news to hear.
Man. Yeah, and I know the Rocky Mountain Race Week, that whole group with Matt Frost and all the Dragon Drive stuff with that, that's they kind of originated with the Vandermeer track and all that, and so that kind of threw a wrench when that track, it's gone away, but they're making their deal work without it. So with this track coming back, hopefully they can get back to a mountainous route. which would be cool.
No,
so this little map shows where Hudson is at compared to Denver, just outside of town there, it looks like.
Right on.
So that'll be a cool deal.
Yeah.
Darren Kesey says Bandamere sold for $51 million to Copart. Woo!
Wow.
Well, there's some operating cash.
No kidding.
Hopefully they don't use the cheapest concrete people or the same ones that did Great Bend. They won't, but that'll be awesome to see that come together. Yep, another track. That'll be cool. And that should also include the NHRA getting back into that Denver area too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have there. We are ready for Brian.
Let's bring him in.
Ready for Brian? I see him there. He's still awake.
Yeah.
Oh. I got it. There we go. There's Brian.
There we go.
Brian Schneider, what's up, buddy?
The ceiling.
The ceiling. the clouds and the rain.
The ceiling.
The ceiling.
There you go.
What's
Look
going
at that
on,
shirt.
guys?
Who is that? Eminem? Who is that? Who you got on?
Boys.
Look at that.
Representing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Local Jeff City people got to stick together for sure.
Okay. That's where you're out of?
Yup.
You call Ozark your home track?
Yeah. Flying H is closer now, but Ozark's been the closest for us for a while. I feel like it's pretty close to get to Gateway or WWT now, but we go to Ozark more than anything, to be honest.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, because you're the champ. We'll have to talk about that here in a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
Well,
season.
I see that you got your little name next to you there, Babyface. I want to ask you where's the first time you heard that? Where did you get that nickname?
For some reason, I don't really know where that came from.
He's like,
It's just stuff one day.
Your buddy Nick says, hey, he even shaved for this.
Actually, speaking of my buddy Nick, since he was referred to me as what my friends do call me sometimes, Brian Shit Nerd, or almost what I was called the other day. I feel like since Nick Wieners is talking, we should at least bring him in on that one.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great.
But yeah, no, I was watching the videos from friends videos off the line, and I was like, they just called me that. And then when they were getting ready to pull us in for the final round, I heard him talking. I was like, okay, that's me today.
Yeah, you gotta roll with it. I was Randy that day, I mean,
Randy Dow.
Yeah.
You would have been whatever name I wrote on your tech card.
That's true.
All we needed was my good buddy Corey Spaniak, and we'd have been complete.
That's it. That's a reefer right there. That would have been a trifecta. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, that's funny.
Right. Well, thanks for coming on. It's going to be awesome. We're just going to talk a little bit about, how you got into racing, like, your family or whatever got you going, and maybe your first few cars and some highlights. And we got some pictures to show out. And at the end, we'll ask you to give you a moment to thank anybody that helps you with your program. And we're just going to have a good time.
Cool. Let's get it.
All right.
Catch this comment. That's about Great Bend. Yep. All right. Let me move this over here and find this. This was like, I don't know, probably one of the first pictures you sent.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess what we want to know is how did you get bit by the car bug? And I'm guessing it's going to be a family thing.
Yeah, definitely. So that's my dad's car. He had it since before I was even born. Grew up in a very Mopar or no car family until some other good friends of mine that still good friends this day were like, you need to buy this LS car, and really experience it. And like I said, I grew up in a Mopar no car household. That car right there, when I was young, ever since I can remember, all I wanted to do was drive it. I'm gonna drive it. I'm gonna go blast this 10-second quarter-mile pass, be the fastest guy you ever seen in your life. And we've kind of got a little faster than that. But
there you
grew up racing that. Anybody that knows my dad, all my local friends know that probably right after this pass, my pit crew duty was to wipe the burnout rubber off of it and re-wipe down the wheels. My dad Love keeping it clean. You can't tell. There's probably about a 4-inch thick coat of wax on that thing.
Right on.
Yeah. Is that you in the picture there on the right in the red shirt?
That would be me.
Yep.
Okay. This deal says Competition Plus 2014.
Yeah, I think that was from one of the old heads up hootenanny races. Dad bracket raced, and they decided to go up and do that one. We'd only go a couple times a year, so we tried to make big events out of it.
Right.
Planned pretty far in advance, down to time leaving and everything.
So if that's 2014, you're like 12 in this picture?
maybe 11 and a half,
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, good time.
So you said you're from Jefferson City now. Did you grow up there and go to school and all that? Okay.
Born
What
and
was
raised.
your first high school car? What would you drive back and forth?
Man, I'll tell you what, it was the hot rod to end all hot rods. 1997 Chrysler Concorde. And I can promise you that thing did some peel outs in the parking lot like you have never seen. The governor on it topped out at 97, and there's a set of rolling hills by my house where I grew up in where we found 97 mile an hour as a top speed, and 97 mile an hour will in fact go airborne on a hill. So trying to Dukes of Hazzard that bad boy a couple times.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dang, I can't believe you didn't send me a picture of that.
No kidding.
I don't know if I have photos of that one. Block that out of my memory.
Oh wow,
that's great.
So how old was you then? 14, 15?
In this photo,
no, you're the Chrysler, the car.
Oh yeah, I think I got that one when I was like 16 and a half. Okay, sure. It was mom's old car, the typical hand-me-down situation.
Just got your driver's license.
Yeah. Now, what you don't know is my sister that's watching this, and she'll attest to this. She got an even better hand-me-down. You remember the old Chrysler K cars?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. So my grandpa had a gold K car with gold interior, and obviously we called it Goldilocks. Oh yeah.
Definitely a grandpa car.
That is awesome.
Pimping.
That thing should have been on Austin Powers there. I mean,
yeah. I can still remember being young, riding around, getting a ride to school in it, and opening the door with that classic.
Man, you were not lying. It's Mopar or no car at your place, man. The K.
Oh yeah, you'll see. I had so my first actual hot rod I bought was a '74 Dodge Dart, and that was before I had all these ideas, not quite enough of the paycheck or the knowledge, and I went to go pull the 2-barrel intake off of it and switch to a 4-barrel, and midway through the process of forgetting that they have these things called dowel pins that won't allow it to line up, and me struggling with it for 2 days. Somebody's like, "Hey, I was looking for an old A-body Mopar. You want to sell it?" I'm like, "Yep." Use that money to work on going up to something faster and faster. So
there you go.
Is this your sister, Alicia Schneider Rodriguez?
Allegedly.
Okay.
She knows old Goldie, so it's got to be connected there.
Oh yeah,
4 banging the whole way.
Oh yeah, It ran like it had 2 cylinders.
Need a little 50 shot on it.
A little something. Mm-hmm. Knowing what I know about turbos now, boy, we could have been one of them imports with them turbo 4 cylinders.
Yeah.
Here's another picture with that Mopar, and there's a Camaro. What's this Camaro?
That was the Camaro I bought to flip, and it didn't turn so well on the flipping thing. So bought it to enjoy for the summer. It had a decent sized cam in it.
Nice.
It was supposed to be a 4,000 stall converter in it. I think it was about a 7,000, but it was just so much fun to drive. Man, I'll tell you what, it beat a lot of things on the street that it shouldn't have. It was fun. And I had this thing. All right, Dad, I only got to drive the Cuda probably like 2 or 3 times in my whole life. He was super protective of it. Like I said, had this thing since before I was born. So it turned into, okay, you're not going to let me drive? I'm showing you taillights. Let's go.
Oh.
Only have gotten to race him 1 time, which was right here after this photo at Street Machine Nationals. And my nitrous kit kind of messed up.
Uh-oh.
So I lived that one down. He still gives me crap about that to this day.
Oh wow.
You know,
What?
I can be the first person to the threes in limited 275 and be like, yeah, but you still lost to me.
Yeah. Did he like turn your bottle off or something before you went up there?
So it was kind of one of those things where we kind of hooked a nitrous kit up, the old single nozzle kit, pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't test it before we went to the races. Turned the bottle on in the staging lanes, getting it ready, and heard about 3 leaks coming out of the hose. So it was. I still sprayed it. I still tried. I was like, well, instead of like a 125, maybe it's at least like a 50. We're gonna get something to it. Only thing it did was like, surged pretty bad down the track.
Yeah.
He got me.
What did your Mopar family think of this LS Black Sheep coming in the herd?
So when I told my dad I was going to buy it, the guy whose shop I'm in right now, Kent, the guy with that green Mustang, my dad liked Kent a lot. It's like, for some reason, Kent had him fooled. He's like, yeah, Kent's a good guy. If he thinks this is a good deal, you should do it. And I told Dad, I was like, look, I'm gonna flip this thing. I got it for a steal. Said I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna buy me like an old Duster or something like that. He's like, all right, cool. Yeah,
didn't fall through.
Yeah, ended up spraying a little more and more, getting the nitrous kit figured out. Enjoyed street racing it quite a bit. Lost to a buddy, and this is foreshadowing. Lost to a buddy in a New Edge Mustang, and the next day, this same buddy was actually my service manager, my boss at the dealership I work for in the service department, and he never beats me to work, ever. And he was there early that day. I was like, well, that's odd. And I walk in, and there's New Edge taillights bolted to my service desk. Bought a bigger nitrous kit sitting at work that day, sitting there just looking at Summit Racing. Bought a bigger nitrous kit, and it just kept steamrolling after there till I nitrous problems, an engine, and then we ended up going turbos.
Oh no,
that's great.
Yeah, I say if you look in the background of this photo, in the middle, you can see Craig Ampeter giving me the YMCA. That's the guy who has that really dark blue Chevelle that raced with us last weekend at Flying H.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
He had that. He had that Buick back in the day.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Cool. I didn't even realize till I sent that photo. I was like, "There's Craig." So yeah.
So what year do you think this is roughly?
That's 2015.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I looked that up earlier because there's also just right behind my car is the nose of Matt Sampetro, and I was like, "Oh, that's funny. Small world." Guy parked behind me is now a good friend of mine. So
there you go.
He's trying to get me to drag the CUDA back out for 2025 for do some bracket racing for a 10-year anniversary for it. So.
Oh, cool.
Well, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Right on.
You sent this.
So that was my purchase after starting working at the dealer. So I actually got this around the same time I got the Camaro. I always loved them Viper trucks, and that was kind of like right before I bought the Camaro. That was still my Mopar heritage, so I could get away with it. It came in as a trade-in at the dealership one day, and it had I put different wheels on it because it had some pretty gangster 26s on it, and it was not my style. They were chrome, and I don't like shiny wheels, so
that in there, didn't it?
Yeah. So this was actually my first official pass down a drag strip was in that truck.
Okay.
It ran a blistering 1397. That was with all of the mods you can do. The air cleaner was removed and the duct was face forward towards the grill. I mean, everything we could because it went 1410, 14.0. I was like, I just want to go 13s. So that's up at the time it was Gateway. That was my first official. I may or may not have stolen somebody's golf cart to make my first actual pass down the drag strip about 7 years before that. Little Brian driving around and saw the track was open. I was like,
Go.
Pretty much.
Does this have the Viper V10 or is it the Hemi motor?
Yeah. Or nope. That was a Viper V10. The whatever extended cabs like that all had automatics. I actually used that to tow the Camaro for a while. So towed in Viper truck towing the LS car.
Your sister says bring the Agent Orange tank back to life.
I just don't know what I would do with all that extra time in the car.
Kind of boring, maybe.
No, I mean it's definitely fun for about the first second. Gets up on the wheelie bars, and then after that, it's like, I remember after I'd had the Camaro for a while, I ended up making a shakedown pass for Dad in the car one time, and he's like, "You gotta be ready. That 1-2 shift comes quick." I'm like, "Okay, Dad. Yeah, no, that's fine. Let go of the button. I'm like, "Okay, we're good."
There it is.
But no, it was definitely fun. Like I said, growing up, I mean, like, it's literally been the car that I've obsessed about driving my whole life. One of them things. So that car to me is more than a car. It's an extension of my dad. My dad is, fighting some, I can't think of it. What the mental deal? Dementia. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, pulled a complete. Right. But yeah, so he doesn't get to come racing with me anymore. He just gets to, when I come home, I'll send him some photos and he can tell me I'm still.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, good stuff. A little reminiscing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in it. Because of him, I got in trouble in 3rd grade for reading Jegs magazines instead of my actual reading homework.
Instead of your science book.
Yeah, it's all I ever wanted to do, and I'm living my dream right now. So
hey, well said. Well said.
Right on. Here's a picture of the Camaro you sent there.
Yep. So it started naturally progressing. Ended up putting, as you see, it's got a parachute on it. I bought a set of twin turbos off my buddy Kent. He had a red F body at the time, and he wanted to change some stuff up. So we literally cut the front, basically from the front fenders or the front strut towers off of his car. We already had the turbo kit all done, and I bought it all and put it on the motor and experienced boost. And man, whew.
Yeah.
I sprayed a 300 kit on that car one time before, and I was like, man, that was getting it. First time we took that car out, I think we rolled into it going down the highway, and wastegate stopped at like 8 pounds. I was like, okay, yep, nope, this is way better. So that parachute was put on after one trip to Bonne Terre. So if you guys have ever been to Bonne Terre, that was
have not.
Okay, I'm getting fast enough.
Yeah,
that shutdown is short.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's starting to get fast enough. We'll put a chute on, and it was one of those things where, I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks cooler anyway. So cruising around town, I would drive that thing to work all the time. Cruising in town with a parachute and.
Oh yeah, I'm sure this thing was known there.
Oh yeah, T-top's off, as you can see. T-top life is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Is this what it looked like under the hood?
That was a couple small renditions. Before that, so the first turbo kit was basic air-to-air intercooler. It was actually on stock ECU for a long time. This was when I decided that I wanted to learn how to tune. I wanted to learn how to TIG weld. I wanted to take it seriously. So we ended up freshening the motor, putting it on Holly, air-to-water intercooler. That was pretty much how it stayed for the entirety of that car's career. Turbos those are twin 62, 66 precisions. The only thing I changed at one point, we put 67s on, and I raced it like that for a long time.
Cool. How fast you end up going in this one?
That one went 5:01. That was the start of the beating my head against the wall on a 4-second barrier. I mean, it went, once I started figuring out, I street raced that car more than I track raced it. Actually, I traveled up to Kansas City, like some of the Wyco racing stuff. I had a good time with that one, and I started enjoying going to the track more. Put on a set of radials. I was like, "Ooh, this is nice. Like this is cool." So started playing with it, and it would go 5.0s, 5-teens, almost anywhere and everywhere. And I just could not. No matter what I tried different strategies on tune-ups. I tried more fuel, less fuel, lean it out. I got pretty aggressive on timing on E85. I mean, I tried everything. I just could not get that 4-second barrier.
Yeah.
Man,
that's cool.
Yep.
That's a nice little ride.
Your buddy Nick says he still tries to do all those things. The tuning, the
strategies.
Yeah. Right.
I look at it like this. I pay attention to anybody and everybody. Gary Spanik's giving me a lot of good advice. There's a lot of things I've learned from watching like Devin Vanderhoof's videos. I feel like there's more than one way to skin a cat, so sometimes you can't be afraid to try it.
There you go.
I just, sometimes you got to try something, and my worst you can do is attempt.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get the experience.
Yep. And then she got wrapped. Ooh, I
there's a wrap.
was so excited with that. The paint on that car looked good from 10 feet away, but it had the typical 90s clear coat. One side was faded pretty hard. And just one day, randomly, I was like, I'm going to wrap this thing. And it changed it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And that's how it was until the day that I did some trading for a new Edge.
Okay.
Yeah. There's from up at the Wyco cash days. That was a good day for old Brian. That was the day he treed Beater Bomb.
Joey, yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that was kind of I'd kind of met him a few times before that, but after that, honestly, Joey's been great, man. He's been always offered to help. Really, really great guy. And I think it was because, in my mind, I feel like it was because of this, because that was back when everybody accused Joey of having Bluetooth connected to the flashlight. Nobody could treat. And for some reason, I cut what I'm going to consider like a 002 light on the flashlight on Toby there. And I, Fast and Furious reference here, almost had him. I had him until that road had a pretty nice little bump. And I pre-programmed my scramble into the boost controller. I was like, I'm racing Joey. It was white knuckle the whole way down, and it was going left, and I had the steering wheel right the whole way, and finally it was getting a little close to comfort, and it had a little bit of a bump in the hill, and I felt it, and I kind of felt the car unsettle, and I whapped the throttle one time, and I was Beater Bomb right by me.
There you go.
Oh man.
But yeah, the dude I almost had you was definitely that pass.
Yeah.
Dude, I almost had you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Great story.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good.
So that red car, that's Kent's car he had before he had the Mustang. So that's the one that we ended up getting turbos off of. So that's at Ozark. We went there a lot. There's a lot of stuff me and him have learned since then.
Sure.
Kent is all about his quote unquote street car. To this day, he brags about his wiper blades on his car. So I hope he's watching this. His Mustang still has wiper blades on it, and that makes it a street car.
Okay.
And in his defense, it does have a 4L80 overdrive transmission, and he actually at Flying H got the 4L80 record. He had it earlier this year. He got the 60 foot and the 330 record, and he with that last pass he made before he switched it over to slicks for limited, he actually got the 4L80 world record in the 8th. So
what is that?
What it was, a 66 is what he went? 66? Yeah, 66. It's literally the other guy that has it there down to the thousandths of a second. So he just got it. So I'm like, you got to back it up. You got to go faster, bro. Everybody's going to say it was timing error. That's what we've been doing. Yeah.
There you go. That's cool.
But yeah, no, he got it. So I learned a lot from Kent. In fact, as you can see, I'm sitting in his shop right now. If it wasn't for him giving me a shop to work out of, he's the one that taught me how to TIG weld. He's the whole reason I started tuning, because he does a lot of like stock computer tuning, and then I got into Holly. He got into Holly, so he's very stubborn and will let me fail a few times before I figure it out. But I owe that man a lot. He's done a lot for me.
Oh, great. Good.
Yeah.
You said you ended up going from the Camaro to a Mustang, and here is the Mustang.
So that photo was sent to me. I was sitting in St. Louis getting ready to pull out on the street, do some street racing up there, sitting in the Camaro, and I saw this ad for a white New Edge Mustang, and he said he was looking to trade for an F-body, something a little more street-friendly. That one had 25.5 cage. He thought it was a little too much race car, and he didn't enjoy it. So I literally sent him a message, said, hey, I have this car, send him some photos. Are you interested? Hit send, pulled out on the road, and street raced. And I came back the next morning. He's like, yes, send me more info. But that was the photo he sent me of the car. Okay. So that was the day that all started. Just randomly, literally strapped in, helmet on, waiting for my call. I was just bored scrolling through Facebook.
Wow. Was that around the Missouri area, or where was it?
It actually came out of Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's Kent with the specific numbers. It was a 4667. Kent went 4664.
So you guys should count your blessings, because now that Kent's on, I'm talking that ish. All right. So my buddy Kent, he can talk in a at least high school educational level, like, talk to people, but he types in a second grader level. So the fact that he just typed that and it actually made sense, all of my friends that message with us, they're laughing right now, guarantee it. Because like Spaniak and Mason, we all have this little group chat, and they are, it's hard to read Kent sometimes. So I refer to it as Kentonese.
Jeez, that's great.
Hi, thanks for watching.
Kentonese. That's
Kentonese.
good.
But yeah, no, he got the record. I was really proud of him on that. That was the day. That was the day we dropped it out of the trailer door. I washed it off, and that's where it all started.
Yeah. So roller to roller look like.
Yeah, roller for roller. He got to keep my turbo kit. That was kind of the odd difference on it. Basically, I had no plans on putting air to water and small twins back on it. I was dead set I wanted to go methanol. And he left a few little random things in the car too, but I kept all my electronics. He wanted to keep all his just because he kind of knew what he had. And we basically worked out a deal. And the rest is history.
Heck yeah.
I almost see some sort of polished wheel on my car.
I would
see. Yeah, there's Kentonese right there.
Yeah, he says Kentonese.
I would have thought there'd be 2 E's in that, but hey, I'm not a grammar police.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, they're almost.
Why are you sitting in the house when we're literally all right here in the shop?
Right.
He's like 3 doors away.
That's all right.
My buddy, I swear.
So you put your LS in there, and you swapped your tranny over, and switched it over.
Yep. I decided at that point to put a power glide in the car. So I ended up selling the 400 I had. It was kind of a basic 400. Found a good deal on a reed case glide, a couple other things, and I wanted, like I said, my main thing was I wanted to go on methanol, and I wanted to go to single turbo because little baby twins on a LS kind of sound like a tractor. So I was not trying to be sponsored by Farmall anymore.
Right. So what year
after that it was ready to go?
What year is this that you did the trade?
4 years ago now, I think, roughly.
Okay. So 2020, roughly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. And so it took you a little bit to get the motor in, get everything going.
So I got it. It was towards the end of the year because we left the Hooktacular. I showed up to Hooktacular with the roller, my Camaro roller in the trailer, while some buddies were racing. Me and Kent drove a little further south, picked it up, and came home. So yeah, it was end of the season, and it was out running, driving. I think shook it down April, May area. So
nice winter project there.
Yep.
Very good.
Yep.
What was the first race you entered with it? You remember?
I just went to Ozark for a random bracket race to shake it down, and then after that, I think it may have been a Ozark Shootout Series or Titans Series. It was around the same time that Gary had broken out the Maverick. I'll never forget because the first pass in actual competition was against that, and he blew my doors clean off. I was like, well, we're gonna have to get a little more aggressive on the tune up here, which I was still working my way up to it.
Sure.
Kent test. I pick at the tune. Kent swings. I pick, so we balance each other out.
Yeah, no, that's probably smart actually, the picking. So, no, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So, do you have the same engine and turbo setup, or did you?
No, that engine met its demise after a oil pump O-ring failure. I made a pass down Gateway with 0 pounds of oil pressure. Went 530. The motor didn't make a single noise. I honestly just thought I had a pressure sensor fail on the pass because I didn't burn out. Check the gauges. Had oil pressure somewhere between staging the car and leaving. It lost all oil pressure, and when I took the oil pan off, it looked like I scooped the Sahara Desert out of it. So that's that's when I decided to build a little bit bigger. I went with a dart block deal. So that's I got a dart block in it now.
Okay.
But it was
that motor you were talking about with the lost oil pressure. That was the one that was in the Camaro before, right?
Yeah, it was stock block 6 liter. Had crank rods, pistons. It did actually have stock heads there, Gary.
Yeah.
Just, know.
Okay.
It had stock heads on it.
Corvette.
I'm sure they're the same, right?
Yeah. They were legit. Well, more legit. They weren't the half-year option stock heads. They were normal production stock heads. And I ran those stock heads actually on the dart motor at one point after hurting a set of nicer heads. They weren't crazy heads, but ended up having a valve issue and I was trying to get that 4-second pass. I said, well, if I heard a set of stock heads, I ain't worried about it. So
Yeah, there you go.
So what year is this?
2020. Well,
Oh, you just covered it, didn't you? Man.
Nah, it's just deja vu.
Okay. Because the next picture I have is this car is black.
Yep, that was the I refer to this as the stepchild phase. I just randomly one day decided I was going to wrap it black, and with the white stripe, we called it the skunk.
Wow.
And, that was my first 4-second pass, and I was over there just so excited. I was looking at the data log. We went up to a private rental that Foreman had. Actually, he decided to rent the track and basically said anybody wants to come up, chip in, whatever. Ended up going. Before this, I had collected all of the 5.0 trading cards, 509, 508, 507. Even right before this pass, I went 500. I said, "Are you kidding me?" ended up going the 497. I finally got what took about a year I finally got that 4-second monkey off my back. So
Wow.
Yeah. So and then the wrap came off shortly after because I just was not a fan of the black.
Not a fan.
Okay.
So the 497 had the newer heads on it, I'm assuming.
So that was the race that I put the stock heads back on.
Wow.
Right before that, I ended up having a valve issue in the other heads. And it was one of those things. I knew there was a rental coming up. I knew these stock heads had kind of done me pretty good. So we decided to put a set of stock heads on it, fired a car up. Everything was good, spooled up, put it in the trailer, and started going. And it did it.
Very cool. Those little moments like that, they're just nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that right there is a special moment right there. I was so excited because they just named that lane that I did the pass in. They had just the shootout before that. They had just made that Tim Slavin's Boulevard. It was pretty fresh after we lost him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I got to take a photo with Mark, and Al's just hanging out there. And hey, look, there's old Goose.
Yeah. There's Goose.
All the horsepower.
I was so excited for that photo.
Awesome.
Goose isn't in his orange uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
He's undercover. He's trying to blend in.
Undercover.
Undercover. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a cool photo. I like this.
Yep. Awesome. I don't think I slept for like 2 days after that. I was so pumped.
You can see how proud you are, and that's earned.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Now you're there with Tito. Did he do some work on the car, suspension and stuff? Is that why he's there, or tuning in?
We've known Tito for a long time. He was actually originally from around this area, just outside of it in Wardsville. He did some work on my dad's car and stuff. He was there and helping some other people, and he's always offered to help me. Without any delay, he's always there to help me. So the fact that he was there to get to see it, I wanted a photo with him. I was like, dude, I said, I need this photo. I want a photo with you on Tim Slavin's Boulevard with my first 4-second pass. Like it was a cherry on top for me.
There it is.
Yeah, that's a great photo.
Yeah. Yep. Great story.
Yeah, and here's that time slip, right? Is that time slip pass?
Yep. Yeah, it just tried to almost kind of get into a wheelie. I actually pedaled it really quick. Like I felt the pass before it was trying to start going up, and I felt it kind of going up, just hovering. I caught it quick enough, and I was like, I don't think it's going to get it. Because I made it pretty spicy at the hit, just trying. And
sure.
Yeah. So we caught her.
October 9th of 2022.
Yep.
There you go.
Wow.
And then all my friends gave me crap because I only did it once. I never backed it up. So all winter, I had to put the car away for all winter. Like, well, it's probably a fly out on the track, stuff like that. Good friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it did it.
Yeah. Got the time slip to prove it.
That's right.
It's on paper. Count it.
Count it. Yep. Lock it in. It could have been a 99 with a 9.
Oh, trust me, I'd have taken it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you for putting that in. Hold on. We got to pan the video over here. Hey.
Okay.
Oh, I got a little way.
Whose beautiful sunset head is that?
Yeah. There's 2 sunsets.
Yep. 2 sunsets. So that is, we refer to him as all his dad. That's Tony. Okay. That's our Goose. He's always, he's always looking out for us. He's in the background. He's always the one lining us up. I don't even look at the track. If Tony says this is where I'm going, that's where I go. It's literally that simple to me. He he's my ride or die. We literally will just like randomly, I'll be like, hey, you bored? You want to go to the track? Sure. All right, cool. Let's go. And he loves going to the track with us. He takes his car occasionally. He's got a pretty wicked stick shift Nova that loves to go up in the air, first gear, second gear, third gear. But he doesn't bring it a lot because I think he enjoys watching us succeed more than anybody. You know, Nick that's in this chat will attest. You know, he's all our biggest fan. And he shines bright, just as bright as that dome piece does right there on that screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick says, "Damn, that's shiny."
Sponsored by Turtle Wax.
Track Dad. Nick says, "Track Dad."
Yep.
There you go.
We're all his kids.
That is awesome. Yeah, and like you said, I bet he gets
there he is.
more fun and energy off of that than even driving his own car. That's awesome.
Yep. Oh yeah, we couldn't do it without him.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah. Here's the Ozark photo.
Yep. There's Kent in the background, and then some of the D&J crew. They're always looking out for me too. They're great people.
Very good. Yeah, I definitely like the white over the skunk.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the reason it got wrapped was the original paint that was on it was the Mako special, and it was like 5 different shades of white, and certain photos it would show up, and it was kind of bugging me. So I was like, I'm gonna wrap it. So we wrapped it, and I was like, nope. When I peeled the black off, it took most of the white paint actually off with it.
Oh, no kidding.
So I had a buddy do the old scuff and shoot special, and that's what's still on it today.
Hey.
How long was it wrapped black?
Just 1 season. I couldn't get it off there quick enough. I literally wrapped it. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool, kind of satin black hot rod look, it's cool. And I was like trying to defend it in my mind. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, guys, right? And my friends are like,
what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take that to the racetrack, are you?
Yeah, kind of one of those deals.
We're gonna hang out over here.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. It sounded good in my head, and then I was like, nah, nope.
And then we'll put this white skunk-looking thing across it. Yeah.
So I did that as trying to break it up, because when it was all black, I was like, just not feeling it. Maybe if it had like a little white accent stripe on it or whatever. I put it on. I stepped back. I was like, it's a skunk.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just one of those bad decision, made a little bit worse decision. Just ran it. It was what it was.
Yeah.
If I knew you hated it so much, I'd have tried to find some more pictures of it.
Oh, I got plenty of them. I like to take photos, but you notice I didn't send many of those ones in.
Right.
Oh, if Gary though, he can find that stuff. He's got a key eye for that. That's it.
Yep.
Jordan Shaw says shout out to Landon Snotty on the paint job.
Yeah, he's another car buddy of ours, and you want to talk about quick turnaround, right? I dropped this thing off. I left Thursday one night after work, dropped it off. He lives about an hour and a half away, is where he works out of, little body shop. I dropped it off Thursday. I got some Snapchats on Saturday, and it was in my trailer on Sunday.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
Dang.
he did a great job.
There you go, Gary. Challenge accepted. Let's see what you
I know, Brad. I don't think Brad's listening, but
drop it off Thursday. Let me start the time watch.
Yep. Yeah, I was extremely impressed, and what he charged me was more than fair. He did a phenomenal job. It's probably going to go back to him a little bit over the winter. You can't see it, but that passenger quarter panel, when I decided to do a mini tub, I thought I got all the insulation out, and I didn't. So the quarter panel's got a little bit of bubbling from paint bubbling off. So we'll get a little touch up over the winter, and get that rocking.
Well, just speaking for myself, I've seen this car, in videos, FODAD or whatever at Ozark. You racing Spaniac and that sort of thing, and then the first time I seen this, and I think Gary as well, was at Tulsa. And so we, our little group was looking this car over, and hats off to you. We just like it, and we like what it is, where it's at, where it stands for, and we can tell you're having a blast with it. It sets right, looks good, runs awesome. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely come a long way this year for sure. It's been a good season. It's one of those things where before this season started, I think the fastest I went with the car was like a 89, 88.
Yeah.
It's been the most important thing I've learned in the last, really this season, was you can't just buy parts and make a car fast. I've learned more in the refining department than anything. Like even after talking to you, rod at Tulsa, that 169 gear set was just kind of getting to be a little weird. It didn't want to quite follow what I wanted it to do. And, ended up putting a 158 gear set in it, thanks to a very good buddy, because at Tulsa, I broke the 169 gear set, and without hesitation, Junior Surface, the one with that red block twin turbo Camaro, he's like, dude, I got a 158 sitting here at the house. Come get it. Nice. And without hesitation, I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, no, come get it, put it in, and just refining the combo, finding out what, the small tire likes, finding out, power management. I put a M&M converter in my car this year, and that, between them helping me out, giving me advice, the characteristics that have been improved, it's all just been refining, and it's made the car substantially faster. Yeah, no, you can tell you've had a great season with it. We'll get to that here in a second, but just been kind of watching you from over here, and you've had a great year. Yeah, it's been awesome.
I remember you and I talked. I went over to look at your car that morning in Tulsa. And you made the comment about Rodney's the reel that he posted inside the car.
Oh yeah.
And you said, "Man, I watched Rodney's reel, and I need to step my shit up."
I seen that RPM, and I'm like, "Whoa, we got a calibration wrong on this dash. Is that like an offset?" God dang.
Yeah. Is everything times 1.5, or is that real?
I didn't know Rodney identified as a two-stroke.
Yeah. Well, like where's my friend Gary Derek Kelly? He said, you got to get everything pissed off. You got to get everything pissed off.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm learning. That was the thing. I really wanted to play with some more at Flying H, but I didn't want to. The car was going down every time. It was going fast. I still haven't really given it too much on the hit, and I think it was kind of part of the reason the car started trying to wheelie, because I had power coming in quick, but the hit really wasn't there. And I was like, man, I really want to just wick it up one time. I was like, we're going into eliminations. Let's just, it goes down. Let's play it safe.
Yeah.
And it's on the bucket. It's on the list for next year. We're going to come out. I'm going to have that two-step Rodney tune.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, is if you made any adjustments to kind of feel that out and test that a little bit, but.
Yeah, I mean, when I put the 158 in it, it definitely wanted more on the hit just to load the suspension. But once I found a place where it worked and it kind of started 60-footing a little bit better, I kind of left it there and just started working on how the ramp came in and, little things. Just started piddling with it, and it kept responding. We would have gotten there eventually. If we were still doing like test passes before eliminations, if I had more time, it would have probably had a heater in it, but we'll see.
Right
on.
Hey, I got 1 second.
Yeah, I see it too. Go ahead.
Let's go. You ready? Are you ready? Go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Devin.
Ginger.
Happy birthday to you.
Devin Brown.
That's my boy.
Happy birthday, Devin.
Yep, the redhead. We had a picture of you earlier, Devin. You missed it. I know you're just getting on now.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's the first time we've sang happy birthday to anybody, so he's special.
Yeah. Exactly right.
It probably sounded like crap, but whatever.
No, that's okay. We're not certified.
Oh, God. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Devin's the guy.
I said 22. I don't know if I was right, but I said 22. So
22.
What's that, Brian?
Devin's half the reason I started trying to get good at reaction times, because it's the only interval I could ever beat him to on the slip, because it seemed like every time I turn around, we'd always have to race each other. So it became a joke, like, yeah, I'm going to tree you. And then I did. So, like, there was even one point where after a race, his dad came down, and I looked up. I said, I don't care what he went. Did I beat him on the tree? After the tree, he was always gone.
Yeah. We ain't talking about that part.
Yeah. I was like, I know he got me on every mark after that. I just got to know, did I tree him?
Yeah, that's it.
But do you beat him to the staging lanes?
There you go.
I don't think there's anybody that beats that dude to the staging lanes. I'm pretty sure at Ozark, the staging lanes actually say reserved for Devin Brown.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Devin says 22. I'll take it.
There you go.
There you go.
You're ready to be a papa.
Yep.
Awesome.
Rolling on here. Here's another from Ozark and Faux Dad Racing Media.
Yep, there's old Tony, old Turtle Wax himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lining you up.
Yep, like I said, that's my guy, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is like Mocan?
Yep, that was Hot Summer Nights. That was first round qualifying. Jake wanted people to bet him for races. You remember him and Adam had that one, and I told you, I was like, I scared him get messed up by a limited car. It didn't work. It didn't work.
But obviously, you didn't bait him a pie in the face.
No, I don't even know if we had. Oh, Dad, I don't think we had any U-Daddies or anything on that. I can't remember.
U-Daddies?
It was more.
Yeah.
We had something, but I honestly don't remember what it was. It was just he was feeling froggy, and I leaped.
There you go.
Line him up.
There you go.
No, Jake's awesome. A great guy. Even if he does have a video of me doing a keg stand shirtless.
Yeah, and that's been documented.
It's been shared a lot of places. I can promise you it does exist.
I think we shared it here even.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just didn't know who it was, so he said.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, that's the first time we met you with your feet in the air.
Yeah, very well may have been. I have no shame. If anybody knows me, they know I am not afraid to do dumb stuff. Like I said, I'm happy. I can make a fool out of myself. As long as I'm out there racing, we're good.
There you go.
Yep. Here's a picture with your buddy in the green Mustang.
Yep. And let's see, Nick's in there. The guy with the Malibus over there just to the left. Okay. And old buddy Kyle's in the middle there. And then, there's Kent and Shelly. That was a shootout win for them.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah. Little LS deal there as well.
Oh, yeah. Twin turbo LS. It sounds like a machine gun when it's coming up on the two-step. It cracks me up every time we go someplace and there's new people around. They don't know. I just kind of take a little second and enjoy watching people sitting on the staging lanes or out there on the side getting ready to take photos. It's like, y'all don't know what's coming.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that's my homie right there. In fact, he's actually right there.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That dude, that's Kent's son. His name's Austin, and he is known at the racetrack by just about everybody. Some know him as Little Hustler. Uncle of the Year award went to me about 3 years ago. I decided when we were going out for some of those Jake and Gary parties to say, hey, you want to go learn how to play dice? I created a monster.
Oh.
I gave him $20. I said, don't spend it all. Just do like dollar bets, just have some fun, and here he is, Dr. Pepper can in hand, just living his best life. I woke up the next morning and I see this dude counting out just like $160, and he hustled everybody.
Oh.
And then now we've got him in a junior dragster, as you can see, and he's having a blast.
That is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's good stuff.
A good kid. Gets on his dad's nerves a lot, but Uncle Brian kind of stirs that pot too.
There's a series of 3 cool photos here. Tell us what's getting ready to happen here.
What? Because I'm gonna beat Kentonese to typing on this. As you can see, he's in front of me.
I was going to ask you.
Let's put the taillights right there.
Yeah.
That was semifinals of one of the shootouts last year, and I was having a little bit of a fuel pressure problem. I was stuck in I ran like a little small tank up front, and I was stuck in the tank dry, and I noticed the car was kind of cutting out, so whatever. So I realized fuel pressure was down. I was like, okay, just keep the car like it'd go 5.0s, 490s all day long. Fuel pressure was fine. Anything more boost was basically making it mad. So I'm like, okay. So we go up, and typical fashion, you're racing your buddy. He always revs his out and cleans it a bunch of times because he sprays. He has like methanol that he purges into the charge pipe. So he always like revs it and cleans it out a couple times. So I decided to kick mine in neutral before we take the tree and just mock him. And I start revving mine, Tony's over here laughing. I got out of my head, just kind of one of those things. I was late spooling it up. He was all popping and banging. We let go of the button. He trees me, 60 foots me. He's ahead of me. And my car was faster than his by just this much of the time. So like I went into this thinking, as long as I don't mess up, gotcha, bud. And I messed up, and in just a heat of the moment, boom, scramble. And I started reeling him in, and then I heard the car kind of lay over. And about that time, next thing I know, boom. And you probably have that in the next photo. Yes, that is
boom.
That
Right
is
there.
the top of my intake, and my charge pipe still connected. Nonetheless, dual V-band or dual O-ring clamps on both ends. It pivots pretty good. It stayed attached. The hood actually is still on the car, believe it or not. It's still the same hood. It did have to have a little bit of a, repaint and work done on that. And the intake went up. The bottom end went down.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you had to drive this.
That right there will change a man. I was
change
trying
your
to crack jokes. I was trying to crack jokes at the end to kind of keep my heart and my mind kind of at bay.
Yeah.
But there was a moment in there where I couldn't see anything. I just knew that I was going fast. I knew kind of about where I was on the track. I didn't want to hit the brakes too soon. Get oil on the brakes, do something stupid. Luckily, I kept it off the wall. But I can promise you that moment lives rent-free in my head forever now.
Woo!
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it went kaboom.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. Apparently, 6.0 air fuels on methanol at 38 pounds of boost is not terrible. Okay.
Not recommended.
Yeah. Believe it or not, there were two parts we saved off that engine that are still in the engine now. The valve covers and the crankshaft.
Valve covers.
Surprisingly, the crankshaft was savable. It did have to go get a little small repair. It kind of made some marks in the bob weights, but everything else was a total loss. I started giving away pistons, rods. I could reach in the side of my block and pull like chunks of rod out. There was kids coming up like asking me, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you want a piece of my motor?" Like literally, first time I signed an autograph, I'm signing my broken parts, giving them to little kids at Ozark. I was like, "Hey, I feel pretty cool."
Yeah.
Oh man, womp womp.
Wow. Yeah, you live, you learn.
Man,
that's
moral of the story: do what you gotta do to race your buddy.
Moral of the story: don't get out of your own routine.
There you go.
And I still live that down from him all the time.
Yeah.
I found this picture of you hauling pizza.
Hell yeah! If it ain't a streetcar, you can go get pizza.
That's right. I love this.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good.
Local pizza joint.
Yeah, it's about 2 miles away, so it wasn't too bad of a drive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. Your sister says at least you didn't lose the wheel on the 8th.
Oh, she's talking. So my dad back at KCIR.
Steering wheel?
Yeah, steering wheel came off of his car. So it had the stock steering wheel in it, the big old, old muscle car wood grain steering wheels. And he had drove the car. At this point, he'd probably had the car 20, 25 years, never had the steering wheel off in his life. And apparently a bolt decided to work its way loose, and just past the 8th mile, it popped off. And actually, all jokes aside, I remember, you're a kid, you're young, you always hear the legend of it. I remember when it happened. I remember, everything about it. But I was pretty young when this happened. It was like 99. So, I'd have been 7 years old. I heard the story of it. And I remember Dad saying the same thing about stay calm, stay composed, stay, just don't overreact. And actually, his voice popped up in my head when I had that intake fall up. So he was kind of guiding me on that. I remember that vividly. I can remember like when adrenaline and time slowed down. I remember don't overreact, don't stab the brakes, just be smooth. And so I actually remember that from the legends as a kid.
Yeah. Quick question, Brian. In that moment, when you're in that space, everything slowed down for you in your head?
Oh yeah, 100%. It felt like it took forever to get that car to stop.
Yeah.
I remember everything vividly. I remember looking around going, okay, I can't see out of that window. I can almost kind of see the wall in this one, Yeah, you have a lot of time to think when that happens.
Yep. Agree.
Joseph Thomas says, the man.
Joseph Thomas is the man.
He's here
Joseph's
is he is Devin. Devin says Brian gives free ride along in the pits if anyone is curious.
Oh, okay.
So that actually happened. All right, so I was just pulling down at Ozark this year. I think it may have been Street Machines. I have to double check me there, Devin. Pull into the burnout box, getting ready to make a pass. Something happened. Somebody in front of me oiled it down. So I'm just sitting there, strapped in the car. Next thing I know, Devin comes up, opens up my door, pops in, sits in it. We sitting there, chit-chat for 15, 20 minutes. They decide to, I think it was pretty late at night for just like Thursday night testing or something. They decided to go ahead and have everybody that was in the lanes kind of go back to the pits and work their way back up into staging lanes up top. So I'm sitting in the car. I was like, Devin, you want to go for a ride? Yeah. Fired up, backed up, drove through the pits. Here we are, putting around. Definitely went for a cruise.
There you go. Go get your pizza. Funny.
Yep.
You're a trackside Uber.
Oh, pretty much. I have actually loaned a car out at a race before too.
Oh wow!
Craven earlier this year, he needed a car to break the beams and make points. So he would literally he took the tree, drove down for small tire, drove it right back up in the lanes. I'd get back in it and fire it up and go down and run limited. So it's a Uber rental car.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rent a race.
It's great.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. All you got to do is pay up. I mean, almost like my golf cart.
I know.
I almost loanered that one out.
Yeah, last week.
You almost lost it.
Yeah. And so now that Nick's on here, I thought Nick stole it. So now that he's on here, I was like, I swear to one of my friends was out driving it. I just happened to walk around like, where's my golf cart? And I look over, I was like, oh. Oops.
Yeah. There it was, just sitting there.
Yep. You guys did a good job of keeping an eye on it. Appreciate it.
I thought.
Well, we didn't know we was keeping an eye on it, but we
did.
I left it there for shade. Hopefully it worked.
It did its job.
It was good. Hey, Joseph Thomas says, what's the fee on that loaner car?
Oh, the renter racer?
Yeah. Well, we'll quote a movie here. If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome. Got $5.
I got $5. There will be a
close.
$5. There will be a $5 in the price. I guarantee you that. Just
you need to add some zeros.
Decimal points, zeros, comma, maybe. You never know.
Oh, comma.
Bring back the mini bike, your sister says.
You talking about that old, like, 49cc bike that I used to have back in the day? I'm assuming that's what she's talking about.
Right on.
Yeah. That was when I was young.
You sure?
Well, younger. Yeah.
Younger.
Tony just said what, yesterday?
Exactly.
An hour ago, you were younger.
Yep.
Limited 275 winner at Ozark.
That was my first ever in my life event win. I was pretty excited about that. Doing the Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
Right. There you are.
Yeah.
Was this back in the spring?
Yeah, that was the first shootout they had. It was the Jim Rubel Super Shifter shootout. That was a heck of a turn of events that weekend because I just put torque boxes and mini tubs in the car. It's first time taking it out. Couldn't make it 5 feet all Friday. Saturday, all of a sudden, decided to try something. It worked. And you want to talk about a final round? Me and Corey Spaniak.
Corey.
Was it 87 to an 88 in the finals?
Ooh. Yep. I've watched that on FODAD when that was going on, and I saw that. I mean, side by side, I was thinking because that's when you popped up for me. I was like, man, who's this white new head?
Yep.
You know?
Yeah,
I got a little lucky. He got into a little bit of a wheelie control situation, but
sure.
It was,
hey, that's why you race.
That is true. Literally, that's 100%. It's 50-50 shot, no matter how you classify it.
Exactly
You're either going to win, you're going to lose. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yep.
That got us talking over here. Who's this? What's this white new edge? What's going on here? Who's this? Oh yeah.
Sneaking in under the radar, boys.
That's right.
That's right. Can't race them on paper.
That's true.
Yeah. Joseph.
Yeah.
Here, this goes to Street Machines.
Mm-hmm. That was
Doing
a good
it.
one for me too. I love me a good burnout, man. Everybody always, all my friends call me Brian Force. I'm more worried about when I get to go do a burnout than when do I go. And actually, so Street Machines, the man, the myth, the legend, Scott Palmer.
Yep.
We were messing with him, and I was, if they didn't cancel Friday because of the weather, I had a few too many beverages. Me and him decided to have a bet on who could do the longest burnout, him in his top fuel car or me in this one. Everyone's like, Brian, you're not going to win. I was like, but I'm going to try.
You're going to try, dang it.
But then it came time to, they didn't race it all Friday because of the weather. So Saturday was basically like, I needed to qualify, I needed to get ready to race. I was like, God, I don't want to nuke a set of radials, but I kind of do.
Yeah.
So I haven't forgot about the bet with Scott. We're gonna make that up. And I also haven't forget about the bet with Scott Palmer owing me a keg stand for winning. Jake Mason can back that up.
Oh, man, that sounds like a story.
Mm-hmm. Old Scotty P, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, Missouri boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had some pretty good bets. Yeah, Nick did instigate that.
Nick says, I'm pretty sure I instigated that.
Yep. Yeah, it basically came down to if Jake Mason won small tire, he was going to have to do a keg stand was for Palmer. And I was like, hold up, bud. I said, limited 275 too. If I win, you got to do it. And he still owes me. He owes both of us. He still owes me and Jake. We'll cash in on that one day.
There you go.
That's awesome. And this turned into a really good night for you because you won.
Yes, it did. Sweet. Yep.
Yeah, I remember we talked about this when it happened. It's like, what is he drinking milk? What's he drinking?
Yeah. That was my celebratory beverage of choice. I think that was actually, I was giving all my friends crap. I was like, man, I won this thing like 20 minutes ago. None of y'all made me a drink. So I didn't even know it was in the cup. I just started drinking it. And I think it was Captain and Pepsi on that one.
All right.
I made sure to have my ID checked before I went through the gate, so they all knew.
Well,
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
We didn't know at the time if you were old enough to drink.
Yeah, just had your birthday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this photo. It's got a lot of great friends in there. I can see the Masons. I can see there's Justin Heckman. All my local friends are all in there. Everybody's in there. It's when I tell you what, if I ever make it in a winner's circle and I know you at all, you're in. We're having a blast. They're gonna need a wide angle lens.
Yeah,
that's
wrap
awesome.
around the car. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
that one meant a lot to me too, being Slavin's Memorial Shootout. So as you saw earlier with that one Slavin's Boulevard picture. So that was pretty awesome for me to win that one.
Yeah, definitely.
And you also get the really cool big check.
Heck
yeah. Yep, it's hanging out right over there.
Right there.
Yeah. Might be Kent's shop, but I hang my checks in it.
There you go.
Those big checks are super cool.
Yes, they are. I keep them right next to the leaderboard of shop cars. We got way more than 3, but honestly, it's just me and Kent talking shit. So usually it's just me and him like this all year. So as soon as we got back from Flying H, I made sure to hop on there and put myself back up at number 1. His wife loves how much shit we talk to each other. It's nonstop.
Oh, right. Heck yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, you sent me some pictures, and I did some snooping on you myself.
I see that.
And you left this out, and this is very important.
Oh boy, this is gonna be
good. I'll just say it was an accident on your part.
Background there.
But I believe it's very big and very important to talk about.
Hold on, I need a drink.
Take a drink.
You could have found way more.
They know you too well.
That's where we're going.
This is actually going to be a good thing, and they just know Gary's background.
No, this is good.
I was doing a mental run through of like, what's on my face?
What I miss? Oh
way
shit!
Back in the day.
Yeah.
No, you posted this September 21st. Growing up drag racing, I never dreamed I would win a points championship, especially with the caliber of cars I have to race against. This season has been rough, but has been rewarding in ways that can't be described. I couldn't do it without my Midwest Powerhouse team and all my friends that are more like family. Use the 2024 limited track champion at Ozark. Boom!
Yup. Yeah, it was a really good season on that. Like I said in there was the caliber cars I have to race with. I grew up, like I said, I'm living my dream, but like this weekend I got to race Tim Webb. I got to race Jared Johnson. I've been following that car since like I knew what fast small tire cars were. So every time I go to the racetrack, it's like I get to put it in the beams with people that I just respect and look up to so much. And Gary being one of those guys, I was like, man, he's gonna mess me up all season in this limited class. And for some reason, I ended up pulling it out. That team right there too, the substitute crew, they are the best people you can ever go racing with. That you can put it in the beams with them 1 second. You guys are both ready to take each other's head off, and before you're even shut down, pulling your parachute up on the track, we're all right there with each other. And I couldn't.
You're ready to sprinkle Gold Bond on each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly thought about grabbing a bottle of it and just casually setting it like in the background to see if he would notice it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Well, congrats to you, man, on the limited track championship from Ozark. Good job.
Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with that one.
Yep. I'm glad I found this because I had to find it. You didn't slide it in there.
Yeah, you did a good job at being a detective.
Well, what I do.
Yeah, you had me worried for a second. I was like, okay, what's on my face?
Good. I worry Rodney a lot too.
He comes up with them.
Half the shit I spring on him, I don't tell him about it beforehand.
No, you got to get an honest reaction.
That's exactly why.
Yeah,
that's it. Your buddy Nick says, and you finally got to race me. Pretty sure my tuner turned my car down for that. You're the tuner.
I'm pretty sure the pass against me on that one was still his PB at the time. He did end up going faster after that. Yes. Cool. So I joke with all the friends' cars that I kind of help tune. I'll tune a little on theirs, and I always tell them like, I'm gonna make you think you're on the best rip of your life, and then about 3 seconds in, it's gonna go. Bleh.
Bleh.
They're like, well, we're gonna learn how to tune and figure it out. I was like, I can think of 3 ways right now to mess you up for a month.
You're fired.
Yeah. No, yep. Nick's car's coming a long way. It's a great car. It's fast. It's really I see him driving it down the highway in front of my work all the time.
Yeah.
Good.
And a big shout out to him because he's the one that built my converter for me. So it's kind of nice having my converter guy go racing with me, be a good friend.
Oh, heck yeah.
He lives a mile away from me.
Yeah.
So he works at M&M?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, and it sounds like of course we recognize the car. Everybody kind of likes it there. But if, this little gangster, little Titusdale takes off. That's
he's in there like swimwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these are a couple pictures I threw in that I took at Flying H when we was up there.
Yep.
Your car there.
That was a blast.
Yep. There, and I wanted to listen here. Your car and Jared there, a couple white Mustangs,
White Mustang gang.
Mm-hmm. Jared's awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
I won't forget. He came up to me after I got a car. He's like, "You drive it up here too, huh?" Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Practicing them limited rules. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then,
I was just looking to see who was in there as Anders, I think.
Yeah, it is.
And the tech guy, Eric Wilson. Right?
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah, those tech guys there are awesome.
They are.
That group is great.
Very.
Nick, are they in black wheels?
That's Adam, my boy Nick. Keep stirring that pot.
Yeah. You fall into that peer pressure, right, Rodney?
Oh, yeah.
And you was the limited car racing the Outlaw Sharks at Flying H.
Yep, just went up there to try and get a PB, and I guess it turned out pretty all right.
Heck yeah, just run your race.
Yeah, they say sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. That was definitely kind of a lucky weekend. I mean, man, when I heard Tim went 002 red, I was like,
dang.
Yeah. Like I was like, man, I just saw the coolest power wheelie out of my passenger window ever, and it was for 002 red. It's like, he should be going on, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yep.
This is a story that I tell just for, a lot of people don't come to the racetrack because, I can't run with these guys.
Yeah.
And I can't, and things happen, red lights, people spin, people break. I mean, you just run your little race, run your program
100%.
and see what happens.
Yep. I've seen countless races like Titans at limited at Titans at Ozark. Number 1 qualifier, number 2 qualifier, they didn't win.
Right.
It happens a lot.
Yeah, that last event that happened.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. Anything can happen, especially on a small tire.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, and I know you watched last week, and you were my highlight. Rodney asked me what my highlight weekend was, and watching your car perform was easily the highlight for me.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
I had a lot of highlights that weekend. It was cool getting to sit down and talk to Keith for a little bit. He kind of chatted over there at my pit for a while. He's a really nice guy, and seeing you guys, helping you make sure you find the winch remote.
Oh yeah.
We was on FaceTime trying to find that thing.
Yeah.
Well, didn't something else special happen this day?
Oh yeah, we went a PB. That weekend was full of PBs. I knocked it down from a 71 to a couple 60s, went a 58, and then sent it home with a 56.
Dang. Nice. Yeah, Keith and I was at the fence, and you was getting ready to take the tree, and Keith goes, "How fast has this car been?" I said, "It runs in the 70s. It's pretty solid in the 70s." And away you went. You tried to clip the cone like Rodney does and shit on that pass. And I think you did you a 62 on that run?
62 on that one.
Yeah. And I told Keith, I'm like, "What? It just went a 62. That's a new run, a new best right there." And you just kept chopping away after that. But you stayed away from the cone. That was good.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah, it was close. Like I didn't think the body was going to hit it, but I thought a bullhorn was going to smack it clean. And it didn't. I overdrove that one. All my friends were like, "Man," I was like, "Yeah, you ain't got to say it. I know." But man, it felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stirred up a lot of dirt. We was right there at the finish line, and you stirred up the dirt.
Yes, I did. I got a video from the back of it, and you can just see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I knew I overdrove in the car, and then I was like, I saw the video. I was like, "Yeah,
yeah."
Larry Hunt says, "Can't be part of the race at home watching it. Come be a part, even if you think you're not fast enough."
That's it.
Yep. Because when you get out there and you start mixing in with it, you get the bug. You want to go faster. It's natural progression.
It is.
Even if you don't think you're fast enough, you'll get in there. You may go a round or two, get that.
Yep.
Get that confidence boost, refine the car, do whatever, come have a blast. And the best part about racing is it isn't just what happens on the track.
Right.
Countless memories are made hanging out, shooting shit with friends in the pits, Mason parties. I mean, it's the whole experience.
Well said.
I can't wait for us to get to one of those Mason Heckman shrimp and crab broils.
It's a great time.
Yeah, we're gonna get that next year.
They are not afraid to season it well. It's on point.
Cool.
Yep. I know beforehand we had talked about the Flying H limited rules. It's about all I got left. What are your thoughts on the Flying H limited stuff?
To get rid of that first line that says no radials.
No radials. No radials.
I think I know their reasoning for doing it, and I completely understand it. I think they're afraid that, well, I wouldn't say afraid. Afraid's a bad word. I think that when the track gets good, the radial is going to outrun the slick. 100%.
Yeah, make it fast.
But I feel like if they're early enough in the event, I feel like the radial has to get through that hot, greasy track, and it can be its own hindrance. So I think that's an option. And I think there's so many limited cars already in the Midwest that run, whether it be the Titan series, Ozark series, you got Mad, that all run radials. Anybody knows you change your car up to run a different tire, you're chasing your tail forever afterwards. There's people that can do it. There's definitely people that know what they're doing with a slick that could go stupid fast. And I think if they want to run that, that should be their option. But I really, really hope that we could have an option to run, radial. So,
Yeah, well said.
Yep. Some common rules would be a big plus in car count. Probably.
I definitely think that everybody should get together on one rule set where, you got a car that you built and it fits this rule set. So that means you can go race here, here, here. It's going to help bring that car count up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guarantee.
Yeah. And they have a handful of other, weights and turbo and other requirements involved in that too. So
yeah.
I think they're going to make an amendment though that says no small block Fords.
They probably. They should.
And the SPF 2.0 gets like a 400-pound weight brake.
Yeah.
I can't get my Nat Light anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm waiting for Chris or Rich or somebody to post up on that comment.
Yeah.
Larry Hunt says agreed, and I'm sure he's talking about like get some pretty common rules.
Get some parity in there, just like
Yep. Joseph Thomas says, I feel they need to try to make rules same as everywhere else to make more people want to come.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. Yeah, you don't have a light car. I don't have a light car.
Same.
Rodney.
When those doors are 700 pounds a piece.
Right. I mean, we said it here. It has to be true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nick,
he's like
700 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Nick says, make the single turbo rule different.
Yeah. I could see where not having a cap, though, on a single turbo could technically run away. But then again, if you can run twin 76s, the right set of 76s. Oof.
Yeah. Yep. I looked at that before I bought this, and I decided against the twins.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So methanol adds 50. So you got to weigh 3,100. I'd have to take weight out of my car to do that.
Yeah. What does your car weigh? Do you want to say?
I scaled it today just to get a kind of an idea of where it's at before I do some stuff over the winter. With me in it, it's 3187. I've lost 30 pounds, so I'm getting down to race weight, getting off.
There you go.
I didn't think it's possible to be much better looking, but I'm trying.
My car's heavier than yours. Well,
yeah, big blocks tend to do that.
Well, it's I've got it. I know I've got 200 out of it for sure. It used to weigh 3413.
Yeah,
but
I
don't know.
I haven't put it on scales all year this year, but before I cut out all the stuff out of the back doing the mini tubs and torque boxes, it used to weigh like 3320 to 3350 depending. So it used to be heavier.
Man, yep. What if you want to disclose anything? What are your winter changes and plans for 2025?
I'm not going to do a whole lot. Like I said, I mentioned that I've learned a lot of ET and everything comes with refining the combo. Motor and everything's going to stay the same. Just going to pull it out, freshen it, make sure everything's good. I am going to put a 400 in it, get rid of the power glide, see if we can get some more reliability with it. I've had that transmission out a couple times this year, just fixing planetary gear sets, little odds and ends, stuff like that. Do that, and then try and get some weight out of the car. If Ozark does keep their rule sets as far as minimum weights, you got to weigh 3,200 small block boosted on methanol. So, kind of depends on what we want to do there. I'm kind of waiting to see how everything comes out as far as rule sets. But lighter car should be, hopefully, I'm hoping easier to get off and more consistent, get off the starting line and faster.
Yeah.
other than that, just going to do what everybody wants to do. I just look forward to going racing again.
There you go.
Yeah. We talked about your car going 470s and then it finishes at Flying H with the 450s. What do you think was the difference in that gain?
Two things. I feel like it really started coming around when I got rid of the 169 planetary gear and the power glide going to 158. It seemed to just be smoother, just all around better. And then when M&M started getting me on their converter, and obviously having Nick there, all the guys down there helping me out, kind of giving me some advice, just stuff like that. The converter just started working better. Everything seemed happier. Honestly, those two things I feel like is where it started going, because I'm not going to sound like every turbo grudge racer, but it really ain't got that much boost in it. Like I used to run a lot more. It just seems more efficient at this point.
Awesome. Okay.
Yep.
So just figuring out what the car wants and making it happy. That's why I'm not trying to. I feel like I'm starting to get a handle on what it wants and what is happy. And I don't want to change a bunch of stuff over the winter and chase my tail again for 2 months.
That's smart.
Right. Yeah. What turbo do you have?
102 forced inductions.
Okay. And Holly?
Yep. Holly.
Yes. Holly for the win.
Holly for the win.
That's right. Cool. Good stuff. That's all the pictures we have, Rodney.
All right. Perfect. Well, it's perfect time. Turn it back over to you, Babyface. And, like you talked about, I've seen a lot of people in your winter circle pictures. You got people around you in the background there. And so just want to thank any of your crew, your sponsors, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. Obviously, Kent Hager, letting me have a shop to work out of, even though he gives me plenty of crap about always having my car in here. Couldn't do it without him, man. He's helped me from working on the car, tuning, learn how to tune, weld, everything. He's always there to, while he gives me crap constantly, and I do the same thing. I know he's got my back. Same thing with his son, Austin. He's always there helping out. He's always in front of my car helping line me up with Tony. Like they're always down ready to go. You got Tony helping me out. All the boys at M&M for sure. They've really helped me out this year. They've saved me out of some after hours emergency situations coming out to the shop. I couldn't do it without them. That includes my buddy Nick getting me onto his converter, stuff like that. So he's been great. I just saw Justin Heckman commented. Justin,
he says, "You're the man."
That dude, he could help me in ways that were unfathomable. Like he'll text me randomly on like a night, like, "Hey, you good? You need anything? Everything all right? I know you're kind of dealing with this. Is there anything we need to get coming for you?" Like, dude can be in the middle of doing his day job, and I text him, and next thing I know, I get a reply, like just boom, like that. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. Same thing with Joseph Thomas, Garage Built Racing. They between both Barron Racing and Garage Built Racing, they've always taken great care of me, make me feel like I'm, a pro level racer, and I'm just a guy out here living his dream. Other than that, there's just too many people to thank. Like I said, I'm from a guy who just wanted to just read car magazines and as a kid, in school and not actually do schoolwork, and I'm out here, getting to put it in the beams with people that I've looked up to and admire. Dude, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Oh, that's right. Well said.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations on your year, your championship.
Thank you, guys.
On a personal best, make it to the finals with all the Sharks at Flying H. And, like you said, you're going to, kind of fine tune what you have and keep moving forward. And we'll see you next year out there at the racetrack.
Look forward to it.
Heck yeah. Right on.
Anything else from Mr. Babyface?
No, man. Brian, thanks for your time and thanks for coming on with us and hanging out. We knew this would be a good show and some good great stories with you. So,
oh yeah, it was a blast.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh, we appreciate it. Go ahead and bring Nick's last comment up.
Yeah, Nick says, "We love you, buddy. We're all really proud. Let's kick ass in 2025." Yes.
Yeah, let's get that would you look at it special going faster.
Right. Yep. Go look at it, Larry.
Would you just
look at it, Larry comes out on special occasions.
Right.
Why'd you just look at it? Cool.
Thanks again, Brian. We appreciate it.
Yep. You guys have a good evening.
You as well.
You too. We'll see you around. Later, Brian. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Man, he was awesome.
He was awesome. And
his sister says, proud of you, brother.
Oh, there you go.
Great.
That's great. And there's some consistency there too, just refining his own program, racing with his buddies, trying to, get faster at each pass and not making a bunch of crazy changes and just having a good time,
Yeah. Yeah. And like he said numerous times, living the dream, racing with the guys he looks up to and just enjoying all of it.
Yeah. Not taking it too serious, having fun.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do. You get wrapped up in that because you spend all the money, you're out there, all the hours in the shop. And as soon as one thing don't go your way, you're throwing wrenches or whatever. And that ain't the way to do it. It's
wants to do a bigger burnout than Scott Palmer. That's awesome.
Yeah. Brian Force, I have to remember that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Brian Force. Yeah. He was great. Great story.
Absolutely. Seems to be some consistency around the allow the radio at Flying H and Limited. I just keep hearing that, different people talk about it. And this is his lane, he races Limited. And so it's just good feedback, and we'll see where it goes, and just kind of keep the parity, where people can build a car and have all those different racetracks to go to and just be able to not have to worry about making a bunch of changes because you got to go to this one. You want to support different tracks, and you want to see everybody do well. And they're having an event. You don't want to sit there for the weekend before changing your car around or something. So if it's already set up, let's just go do it.
Yep.
So we'll see how it goes this year.
Yeah. See if any changes come about. And, pretty soon we'll be at PRI and we'll should have a Titans flyer in our hand to see what's happening with Titans. So that's coming real soon.
Heck yeah. Have all the flyers in our hand, hopefully by then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, cool.
It's a few weeks away.
That's right. Crazy.
But we're going to go next good time. And next
a couple days we'll be heading south and on Thursday and roll out.
Yep.
All right.
Next Sunday we'll surely have lots of pictures and lots of fun stuff to talk about from Texas. So
either that or we'll be in bed, one or the other.
Oh, right. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Don't be asleep. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yep.
Be the last one out for the year. We gotta make it a fun time.
You bet.
Yep.
All right, Gary. Ready?
Ready to cut out? Let me find the bow right here. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let's call it a day.
Ooh, I think that's a pretty good one.
Pretty close. All right. Well, we'll be back next Sunday, we think.
or we won't.
I think we'll make it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But we'll drive back from Dallas on Sunday morning, and we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
So, all right.
All right.
Everybody, good time. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you hopefully next week. Good night, Rod.
All right, bud.
Later.
Later.